Eagle sweater. I like that. Does that light up? Does that light up?
It doesn't light up now, but
Okay. I had one that lit up.
Donna, Joyce was talking just about the halftime speech and maybe just wrote a question mark. Did you say anything to him otherwise?
Well, I mean, I said a lot, but I mean, I'm not gonna blow my top. I understand where they are and this type of game. I mean, I'm not making excuses for them. But when you know, you know. You just try to fight and get them back to a good place. And I mean, the question mark is, it's just they leave you with a lot of questions. They force us to question, their ability to lock in and be disciplined. They force us, to have questions about, who should play, who shouldn't play, who should, all of these things. And it's just teaching. They're just teaching moments in which I don't know if it goes in one ear and out the other, or if you got to say it another time in another place for it to really resonate with what we need as a team.
Joyce with another career high today, 20 points, 6 for 9 from the floor, 8 for 8 from the free throw line. Just what have you seen from her these past couple games that's really clicking?
I mean, Joyce wants to be great. So I think the stats are starting to become what greatness looks like. And, hopefully they'll stay consistent like this. But if they don't, it's still her process of everything is new to her. Like, this whole season is going to be new. There are going to be things that are thrown at her that, sometimes she'll handle well and sometimes she won't. That's the process of your journey. And fortunately for us, she's figuring out what's going on offensively. She doesn't, she's not afraid of scoring. She's not afraid of shooting. I think defensively is where she'll make the most improvement because there's so many different looks. People play big, people play small, people are equally as strong and fast as she is. So she's got to figure out how to keep people in front of her, how to gauge closeouts, all of those things. So I'm just proud that she's able to give us a lift when we needed a lift offensively.
This time with Pete with his last official question at the AP.
He's gonna be around. He'll be around. We're not gonna close the door on Pete right now.
I'm sticking with Joyce. You're talking about players who are saying, hey, I need more minutes. Is she making that bid now by showing that she's, learning and advancing and growing step by step?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's no question. Joyce is gonna play for us. There's no question. So no, she's not one that complains. I think we do a really good job at explaining to our players in real time, and we don't give them time to go back and think about, what we meant by this or that. Real time, we are handling situations so they can deal with them in real time. Because when you don't, they go back, they hear other people say what should be happening and less on what we're saying. So we just get it out and we move on. And we don't have, we have short memories when it comes to it. We hit it and we move on. This is what Champ does at home. Like, he's got all the toys in the world, and he loves just bottles. Just bottles. Which with TREATs in them. You can't say it without having one.
You mentioned some of the lack of focus, some of the questions. From a basketball sense, what was that looking like in the first half? Was it the turnovers? Was it some of the missed layups? What were you actually just seeing from more of just the basketball side of that?
Just that, it's sometimes it's a focus thing. Sometimes it's just, sometimes it's you don't want to play the way that probably your coaches think you're going to play, and it's an adverse effect. So it was an adverse effect. Like, that is not shooting 14%. That is, even on our worst day, we don't really shoot 14%. Give us in 20s. That's 1 or 2 extra layups that we missed. And it's just settling in. I mean, Charleston Southern was a good team that challenged us. They challenged us to keep them in front of us. They challenged us to guard the 3, outside the 3. They challenged us when they got ahead of the possession and we had to scramble out, and they were finding the right matchup. And then they challenged us to box them out, and we didn't do a really good job throughout the games, especially in the first half.
Two questions, Dawn. One on that note, there seemed to be a lot of like full court transition pass attempts that didn't really, get completed today. Did you think your team was just trying to be over aggressive, or what do you make of those attempts?
No, I mean, I think they saw where they could take advantage of things, and I mean, I wouldn't take any of those passes away. Like, I wouldn't even say don't do that again. I mean, those were good, aggressive passes ahead, and that's what we've been working on, is to pass the ball ahead, get our bigs rim running, get our guards out sprinting, and when they're open, you got to at least try it, so you could teach from those moments. I mean, I wouldn't have bet that Tessa and Raven would have smoked 2 wide open layups. I wouldn't bet against that.
And then not the midway point, but a major break point in the season. Is this where you want and thought the team would be at this point?
I really had not thought ahead. I'm just in the moment, just handling things in the moment. And I feel like when we're just staying in the moment, we're a much better basketball team than, saying that at the break, we want to be 12-0 or 11-0. Like, I did not. I didn't do that last year either. I just took every game as it came, because you never know who you're going to get. Like, you never know what team you're going to get. If you get the team that is focused and ready to go, I mean, you feel a lot of comfort in that. If you get our first quarter team, it makes you wonder. So I'm happy that we got over a really hard non-conference season with two non-conference games left to play, and looking forward to our conference, because it is, we play Wofford after the break, but looking forward to our conference because it's going to be another challenging opportunity for us to get better.
Kind of going back to the Joyce thing, kind of how have you seen her grow throughout the season, and what do you project she in like plays when SEC play comes around after the break?
I just think her trajectory is going in the right direction. I do think there is, areas in which she has to improve in, especially defensively. And then offensively, I like her aggressive. I like her being aggressive on the block. I like her attacking off the bounce. I like her mid-range. And I would like for her, if not this year, definitely over the summer, to increase her range to shoot a little bit more threes. Like, we're watching film and we're pointing out opportunities where she can stretch the floor a lot more. She's just not used to it right now, but we'll put her in some actions where we can pick and pop her and she shoots some threes. We need to have that in our arsenal, and she's probably, other than Miriam, the best person that is more comfortable shooting threes out there.
It's the holiday break now. What's at the top of your Christmas wish list this year?
The top, like right now, when I leave this arena, I have nothing to do. Like nothing. Like I got 24 miles to empty in my vehicle. I get to go to a gas station, like pump gas and do nothing. I actually got to shop though too, so I won't be able to do that until Sunday, Monday, and half of Tuesday, because I got to go recruiting tomorrow. Yay me. Like, thank you, everyone. Thank y'all. Merry Christmas, y'all. Appreciate y'all so much.